What is going on, guys? So I'm coming to you today with a little different mindset, more of the marketing side of the channel where I want to take it for sure. And we're going to open up a little bit towards the end, but I don't feel like I've been doing enough of the marketing side of it. It's more opening and then telling you what I think about the cards. We've done a little bit of it, obviously, but today I was gonna focus more on some of the singles that I personally have been like picking up that I feel like they're undervalued, and I was gonna run through those and kind of tell you what I think about it, and then I got TCG player pulled up beside me, and I figured I could give you kind of what the active market is, where I think it could go. Now, disclaimer: that I'm not an investing website or an investing channel, so take this with a grain of salt. But this is just my opinion, and so you guys can tell me what you think about the cards that I've picked right now. And these are just a handful, because I didn't want the video to be too long. But I was gonna go through these, tell you what I think, give you the active market, what I think they could go up to, and then at the end, I got an older collection box to go through to open, and I think you guys will enjoy that as well. So we'll kind of get started. Now, this is the Miraidon EX, the special illustration rare. Granted, it's still, TCG player has it at, what are we looking at right now? $19.35 is market price. Most recent sale was $16.99. It's not a cheap card per se, but I think it, at $20, we'll say, I mean, I could see it being a $40 to $50 card. If you look at the art, to me, it's one of the, I don't want to say the best arts out of Scarlet and Violet, but the colors are popping. It's it's a night scheme. The purple's in it, and that could be a reason why my eye's drawn to it so much, because my favorite color is purple, and like it has so many different shades throughout. But it's a Miraidon going through the city at night. Color scheme looks great. The dog Pokemon, I'm not sure what his name is, but he's in it as well. But for a SIR of a main Pokemon in the new era, $20, I think it's a worthy pickup for sure. I think I picked it up for, don't hold me to it, I want to say I got it on store credit, so it didn't cost me anything per se, but I want to say I got it for like $9 to $12 or something like that. So cheap in my opinion for an SIR, definitely. Moving on, the Iron Treads. So this card, and even if you don't like the Pokemon, I can understand that, but he reminds me of Don Fan, and I don't know if, like, I'm not very versed in the Scarlet and Violet era, how it's parlayed into older generations, and so it may be some sort of spinoff of Don Fan, but it's another SIR that in the market is $2.72. Last sold was $2.20 per my TCG player, and for an SIR at $2, $3, to call it $3. I enjoy the art a lot. He's in the middle of the desert right here, that's how I'm interpreting as. In the desert, night sky. The Pokemon itself looks amazing. The color pops a whole lot more in person to me, especially out of the sleeve. But an SIR for $3, I'm picking this up whenever I see it. It may not be a $30 card. It may not be a $25 card. But if I can get it for $3 and this thing pops up to $15, that's a really good come up in my opinion. And if it doesn't, break the bank buying them, but pick up 5 or 10 of them for $3. I mean, you're putting in $15, $20. That what else are you gonna do with it? If you're looking to invest, an SIR for $2, $3, buy 10 of them, 30. If say it reaches 30, you've you know 10 times your money. So very undervalued in my opinion. Big fan of the art, big fan of the card, and it looks like Don fan, like I said. Next, we've got the SIR Charizard from Obsidian Flames. Market price is at $39.44. Most recent sold $48.95 per my TCG player. I don't really have to explain this. I've heard conflicting thoughts and opinions on the art. People hate it, people love it. I've heard more hate it to love ratio. Excuse me. I personally think it's a beautiful card. A Shattered Ice looking Charizard SIR. The pull from Obsidian Flames. Granted, it's not the greatest set, but it's a pretty damn good set in my opinion. You've got this one, you've got the gold one, which we'll talk about later. But it's an SIR for, if you can get it for $40, like I got this one on store credit with most of these other ones. So I don't really have a ton of capital invested in it. But if you could pick this thing up for, $35 to $45, I don't see why this couldn't be a $70 to $80 card. It's a Charizard. It's a special illustration rare. It's a really cool card. I'm not a Charizard fanboy by any means, but Charizards sell if you're just strictly looking at money. You could maybe wait and get it a little cheaper, but if I'm finding it for $35 to $45, I'm probably picking it up, to be honest with you. I wouldn't mind having a whole page of this card in my 16 row binder or my 4x4 row binder. I just think it's a really cool art. SIR again. I think it would be a good pickup if you found it. Next is the other Charizard from Obsidian Flames. And it's not the greatest looking art by any means. Market price is at $17.30. Last sold was at $17.75. I don't love the art. I love the gold, but I don't love the art. I'm not even sure, are these considered secret rares in this? What is the hyper rare? Hyper rare. So a hyper rare from Obsidian Flames. It's not an ugly, it's not a hideous art. I don't know what the pull rates are on it, obviously, but I still think for $20, I think this one was priced at $15 when I got it. I think it could be a $30 to $40 card. Can't really compare it to anything. I want to stay away from comparing Obsidian Flames to Darkness Ablaze because I don't feel like Darkness Ablaze was the worst set of the Sword and Shield era, in my opinion. I would rather have Rebel Clash. I would rather have Sword and Shield base. That is just how I feel about it. I think Obsidian Flames is an underrated set in Scarlet and Violet. It's a Charizard set per se, and I don't know what all of the illustration rares are from that set, but I think the art is good enough to sustain and possibly go up. If not, I think it's a cool looking gold card. Plus it's Charizard. If you want to sell them, but I'm buying it if I see it, as shown by the video. So I think it would be a good pickup. Get it for $15, $20, which is what it's going for right now. 17, I believe, is what I said. I think it's a good pickup. Obviously, would definitely rather have this though. I would rather have that SIR. Next, the Zamazenta V from the Trainer Gallery of Astral Radiance. Now, I was listening to, I want to say it was Pokey Oz, talk about it either today. Yeah, it was today. And talking about how when Astral Radiance came out, that it wasn't going to be anything worth anything because it was sandwiched between, like, it was the worst like alternate art set that had came out in Sword and Shield yet. And I thought the opposite, just like he said in his video, of it being one of the most underrated sets. And I still believe that. It's got the Machamp in it, which is one of the better alternate art Vs, in my opinion. But then you have the trainer gallery, and it's nothing just mind blowing or earth shattering, but you got a trainer in it. You got Zamazenta, and it's a texture card. It's a full art. So for the market's $3.92, the last sold was $3.99. If you can get this thing for $3 to $4, what's stop? I don't see why it couldn't be like a $15 or $20 card for sure. When the new versions of the trainer cards come out soon, I think it's in the Rocket set maybe. It's coming out in, I think it's March. Don't hold me to any of that. I think the cards that have the trainers in them will appreciate. And at $3, you're not losing anything. It's a cool card. The whole trainer galleries are really, really cool artworks. At $3, I'm picking it up. Don't go, ham on it or anything like that. But at $3, I think it's a damn good pickup. Next, the Zapdos V from Astral Radiance as well. I don't like the Galarian versions of the 3 legendary birds, but the original 3 legendary birds are in my top 10 of Pokemon, I would say. I'm not the greatest fan of Moltres, but I love Zapdos and Articuno. I love them. Same way with the Zamazenta over there. It's a full art. It's a trainer gallery. It's got a trainer in it. It is a legendary bird, just a Galarian version. But, market price was $5.14. Last sold was $5.11 per my TCG. It's $5. It's a really, really cool card for $5. You could probably get it cheaper if you were to, haggle someone down. But I don't think that you're going to find very many cards for $5 that have the potential to go to, 15 to 20. And I believe that these could do that on down the road, obviously. I don't think it'll be anytime soon. But it's not hurting you from just buying it for $4 or $5, throwing it in a binder, something like that. Next, the Articuno from Astral. And again, Galarian version, not the biggest fan. Articuno itself, massive fan. Trainer in the back, full art. I'm not going to break down the whole thing like I just did for the last two, but the market is $6.55. Last sold was $6.46. $5-6, you could pick it up. Why wouldn't you? If you hate the card, just ignore this part of the video. But it's textured. It's Articuno, one of the 3 legendaries, original legendaries, and I think it would be a good pickup. I think this is the last one coming up right here, and a little different direction, but the Horsey from Shrouded Fable. Now, market price on this is $12.83. The last sold was $11.15. I pulled this myself. I believe it was on the channel, and I think it was $5 or $6 at the time. And I got it as soon as the set dropped. I believe it was out of the Greninja and Kingdra collection boxes. And I'm not saying that it's going to be like to the level of Eevee or the Groudon or any of the other illustration rares, but it's doubled in price since I opened it. Granted, singles are very volatile, so they can raise, lower, completely bottom fall out. It's never going to be as sound as investing in sealed, in my opinion, and holding sealed. But I think the art is beautiful. I mean, the bubbles ascending to the surface. Horsey's just chilling right here. It's got some greens. It's got blues, obviously. And I know it's small, but it's got like the resistance thing of the electric down here. It stands out to me as well. But I think the art is beautiful. If you could get it for $10, I could see it being a 20 to $25 card maybe. Granted, all this is my opinion, like I said. But as far as like illustration rares, it's up at the top of the list for me. I think it's really nice. I think it is really nice and not a bad investment, to be honest with you. But I have rambled a little longer than what I thought. Um, you know what? We'll just leave this one. You know what? Let's just go ahead and open it. Ain't no big deal. It's going to be a longer video. I hope you don't mind. I'll make it quick. So this is a Bolton V box I found from my local game store. Let me lift this up just a hair, so you can kind of see. But I got it for $20, and it's been in my sealed collection for a little while, not too long. But as you can see, you get the jumbo, the promos, and all that crap. But in the back right there, there's an Evolving Skies pack and a Fusion Strike plus 2 Brilliant Stars for $20 at the time. Yeah. It's hard to beat. I think the Evolving Skies packs are still going for $12, $13. Maybe less, maybe more. Let me break this out. Yeah, color promos. I'm not gonna waste your time. Get this out of the way. And so, we have 4 packs here. There's the code. Get this plastic out of the way. And so, Fusion is my favorite out of these, so I'm putting it to the back. But the pack selection out of that, $20, it's hard to beat. I have others. I think I have one more in my sealed thing. So I'm not really anticipating this to be great pulls or anything like that. I never do out of collection boxes. But I thought it would be kind of cool to open it, kind of tell you what I got it at and open it for, how cheap it was. And so I figured we could just kind of go through, see if we get anything really quick. Didn't really intend to have that much market talk, to be honest with you. I'd like to, that's a double banger, I believe. So we'll keep that to the back. But nonetheless, that's where we're at. These packs are so crispy too, like brand new feeling. And it hurts me opening this because I know this Evolving Skies is just, yeah, the Evolving Skies is exactly that. And it hurts me throwing $13 down the drain because I have absolutely zero luck with Evolving Skies. But I know the guys like it, so every once in a while I may crack a little bit of it. And I surely do hope that this, whatever is in this right here, is gonna make up. Of course, I'm just $20 out, technically. But yeah, we'll do a pack trick. 2, 3. That. I hope that this is more than just a. Oh, it's not. Oh, it is. Okay, we'll slow roll it, kind of, sort of. I thought that I may have peeked and just saw the black of the V-Star marker instead of the actual hit at the back, the double hit. But the Trainer Gallery, really clean card, and then the Raichu V as well. So not bad, not bad. It's you definitely did get the value back, but it's cool, pretty cool opening anyway. Trainer Galleries, I think, are going to be really big in the future. Really, really big. Next 5 years for sure. Anyway, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Drop me a comment if you have any opinions or on the cards that we went through. I'll give one more quick little rundown. And yeah, if you got any questions, any suggestions of like what you think is in the markets that's undervalued, overvalued, anything like that, feel free to drop them below. Appreciate you guys stopping by.